So once I was accepted into that mission work from the last video, I decided that, I knew that I had to raise money and raise a few $1,000s. So I wasn't sure how I was going to get the money, and someone suggested, why don't you speak at your parish and ask them what to do? So ask them if they can give you some money for it. So that sounded like a good idea. I went and spoke to my priest, and he said, yeah, you can come and give a little spiel at each of the masses this weekend. And yeah, that was great. I decided what I wanted to say, and then I had the problem of I had to speak in front of everyone at church. And for me, growing up, I always hated giving any speeches at school. I hated just giving a little 2-minute talk. I hated doing show and tell. Any of that stuff used to just scare me so much. And even through high school, I didn't enjoy it. So I was there on a Sunday morning with my family. We were sitting up near the front because I needed to speak at the end of Mass, and I remember turning around and looking at how many people there were, and there must have been hundreds of people at this Mass, and I was literally, like, my hands were literally shaking, and I was all sweaty, and I was just dreading the idea of having to give this talk. And so basically I remembered that someone said once, if you ask anything of the Holy Spirit and it's something you really need and you believe that the Holy Spirit will answer it, you'll get it. You'll get exactly what you need. So I thought, I need to pray for confidence. I need to pray to be calm, and I need to pray for courage. And I started just quietly praying that while the Mass was on, and just asking God and begging God to give me all those things. And I just continued and continued and continued. Eventually I felt, yeah, God's going to answer this. I'm going to be fine. Everything's going to be all right. And as soon as I felt that, within a minute, I think it must have been, the priest said, okay, we're going to call up Ben Baker now. And I spoke, and I felt really confident. I didn't feel nervous at all, and I said what I needed to say, and I went outside and I raised $1,000 that weekend. And I remember people coming up to me after the Mass and saying, oh, you spoke really well, you didn't look nervous, you looked so confident up there. And I remember just saying to them, that was God answering my prayers, because I definitely did not feel like that at the start of the Mass at all. And nowadays, giving a talk in front of people, that's easy for me. God has blessed me in that area, answered my prayers, and if you ask the Holy Spirit for something, and it's something you really need, He'll answer you. Thanks.